When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
In Hot Rod, when Andy Samberg slammed a door and accidentally broke a window, he immediately said,
"And I'm genuinely sorry about the window!"
His unscripted reaction was so perfect that they decided to keep it in the film. In The Lord of the Rings, many of John Rhys Davies' lines were improvised, including the one during the drinking game in The Return of the King, where he says,
"It's the dwarves that go swimming with little hairy women."
This line was a playful nod to a line from Jaws and was completely off script. In Fargo, there's a scene where Frances McDormand slips on some ice while inspecting a car. The actors stayed in character, and the actor playing Lou ad-libbed,
"Watch your step, Margie."
The moment was unplanned, but fit perfectly with the scene. In The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Tuco's famous line at the end of the climactic showdown scene was actually improvised.
When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
The crew burst out laughing. Though Wallach didn't intend it as a joke, he thought it was practical advice. His delivery and expression made the moment unexpectedly hilarious.
When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
One of the most iconic moments in Gladiator is when Emperor Commodus gently approaches his sister Lucilla and suddenly screams,
"Am I not merciful?"
This line wasn't in the script, and Connie Nielsen's shocked reaction was completely genuine.
"Am I not merciful?"
In Star Wars: A New Hope, right after returning from the big final battle, Luke runs up to Princess Leia and Mark Hamill yells her real name. He responded to the matter on Twitter by saying that he said, "There she," when dubbing his line, making this a pop culture urban legend. A flubbed line by Robert Redford made it into the final cut of All the President's Men. During a phone scene with a Spanish-speaking person, he accidentally asked the newsroom for someone who spoke English instead of Spanish.
Do you speak English?
Yo no hablo inglés.
Momento. Hey, you guys speak English? Or you guys speak Spanish?
In Saw 2, Frankie G improvised the part where Xavier puts the piece of skin he cut from his neck into his pocket. The script originally had him throwing it on the ground. In John Wick 3, when Keanu Reeves slips and falls while getting up after fighting the raid guys, it wasn't scripted. He slipped for real but got back up and continued the scene. The filmmakers felt it added realism, so they decided to keep it in the final cut. In Roman Holiday, during the lion's head scene, Gregory Peck played a prank on Audrey Hepburn by pretending his hand was stuck, hiding it up his sleeve. Her screams and laughter were genuine reactions to the unexpected joke.
Hello.
In Road to Morocco, Bob Hope and Bing Crosby are stranded in the desert when a camel spits in Bob's eye mid-line. Bing's spontaneous response,
Good girl.
was so perfect that they decided to keep it in the film. In Star Wars: A New Hope, the joke about Luke and Han facing the wrong way when the elevator door opens was improvised on set by Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford. In The Magnificent Seven, the bullfight sequence was reportedly spontaneous. Someone found a bull, and the filmmakers decided to include it in a scene with Horst Buchholz to see if he would go along with it. He did, and the improvised moment became a memorable part of the film. In The Celebration, when Michael pauses his furious argument with his wife to calmly drink water before continuing to scream, it wasn't planned. Larson's throat was sore from multiple takes, so he stopped for a quick sip. The director found it hilarious and decided to keep it in the film. In Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, when Guy of Gisborne's horse unexpectedly rears up while he's ordering his men, it wasn't planned. Michael Wincott managed to stay on the horse and finish his line, so the crew decided to keep the shot.
The ground to the man who brings me locksmith head, my lady.
The high-end community is...
The high-end community is...
In Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu mocking the broker with silly noises wasn't scripted. Michael Rooker was just goofing around, feeling it suited his character. The other actors stayed in character, and even Sean Gunn's laughter was genuine, so they kept it in the film.
The high-end community is a very tight...
In A Few Good Men, the iconic line, "You can't handle the truth," was originally scripted as "You already have the truth." Jack Nicholson suggested the change, feeling it better conveyed his character's arrogance and belief that only he could truly understand his actions.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
In The Avengers, the German police car skidding on its front end after Loki blasts it was an accident. It was supposed to flip but didn't, creating an unexpected and cool moment. In Jurassic Park, during the T-Rex attack on the Jeep, the glass ceiling was meant to pop off in one piece. However, when the animatronic hit it, a corner shattered instead, causing the kids to genuinely scream because of the unexpected broken glass. In Rocky, the monologue where Rocky rejects Mickey's offer to manage him was entirely improvised by Sylvester Stallone. He later explained that his emotions were influenced by the fact that the bathroom in the tiny apartment they were filming in really did stink.
What's the matter? You don't like my house? My house stink? That's right, it stinks!
In Blazing Saddles, when the cast runs out of the Warner Brothers backlot, a man in a blue sweater is seen staring in confusion. Mel Brooks explained that this man wasn't part of the film. Despite being asked to leave, he returned just as the scene was being shot, so they decided to keep him in the final cut. In The Social Network, the dorky little dance Eduardo does as he approaches Mark at the Caribbean night party was improvised by Andrew Garfield. According to the DVD commentary, this moment made the crew realize Garfield was destined for greatness as an actor. In Kill Bill, Daryl Hannah improvised by screaming and flailing around in the trailer after the Bride vs. Elle battle. Quentin Tarantino loved it and kept it in the film, possibly because it reminded him of her character in Blade Runner. Wayne's World has one of the most famous comedy line improvs. During a scene where the main characters Wayne and Garth are sitting atop their car watching airplanes take off, when suddenly Garth asks a strange question.
Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he'd put on a dress and play a girl bunny?
No.
The entire exchange was improvised. Dana Carvey snickers before asking the question, and Mike Myers bursts out laughing after responding. The director found it too funny to cut, so it stayed in the final film.
No.
Neither did I. I was just asking.
In the 2006 movie Deja Vu, there's a scene where the timey-wimey machine is powering up, and Adam Goldberg's character yells,
"I need more cowbell!"
This line was reportedly an ad-lib by Goldberg that fit the moment perfectly, so they decided to keep it in the film.
"I need more cowbell!"